Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to Sideline Sports. Hit the like, hit the subscribe. Let's talk a little bit of Warriors. We are about 1 hour away from the Warriors game tonight, starting at 7 p.m. I want to talk a little bit about the last few games since I haven't gone on here in about 4 or 5 Warrior games, but we've been watching them all, and they went on a 5-game skid, but they did beat the Rockets without Curry and without Draymond Green. It was a good sign. They won 99-93. Didn't break 100, but they had great defense. Wiggins is showing up as usual. He is back to playing like the normal Wiggins. I believe probably because his father passed away and his father had a lot of medical issues this last year and a little bit in the previous year that he was distracted. But I do believe now he's back on track and he is really solidifying himself as the Wiggins that we remember from the championship year. So Wiggins is doing great, and Kuminga had an outstanding night last night. He scored 33 points, and he showed me that he is a very valuable player. I thought he needed to prove himself this year, and that is a game that shows his real talents. But it brings up a lot of questions for me. First off, the Warriors are out there looking for another superstar to pair with Steph Curry. The question remains with Kuminga, to me now, not as if he can play to an all-star level, but can he play in this system to an all-star level? So right now, Kuminga is playing really great when Steph Curry and Draymond Green are not on the court, and he has free reign to run the offense and take the ball and do what he wants with it. But when you insert Curry and Green into the mix, the question remains, can he play at that same high level in this type of offense that Steve Kerr is trying to run around Steph Curry and Draymond Green? And I'm starting to think it doesn't match up very well. When you watch it together, when they play together, it doesn't feel like it's a great fit. It doesn't feel like they play fluidly. But that tells me something. That tells me that, yes, Kuminga is still a really, really great trade piece for the right player. I don't know that Kuminga is the guy for this team right now. If we were in a total rebuild, I think Kuminga would be the guy. Unfortunately, we're not, or fortunately, we still have Steph Curry, and we will for a number of years. So we're going to build around him and get him some more rings and bring home a championship or two for him. So I don't think that Kuminga fits into that as well as we would like to see. I believe that's why Steph Curry brought Kuminga off the bench, because I think Steve Kerr, brought Kuminga off the bench, because I think Kuminga working with the second unit on the floor outside of working next to Steph Curry and Draymond Green works a little bit better than with him. We'll see how it goes tonight. Steph Curry is going to be back, and Draymond Green, I believe, is going to be back. They were talking about it earlier that there was a possibility. I think maybe he'll be back. Podziemski continues to struggle. He's trying to get out of that funk that he's in. He's been in like a 6-7 game funk. Really not good from shooting. You can see it in his confidence. He doesn't want anything to do with shooting the ball. Even when he's got a wide open shot, he's looking for that pass to somebody else. So he's very aware that he's in this slump right now, basically, right? So he's committing fouls, he's not making shots, and just overall just playing terribly. That being said, he had 8 points last night, not lighting the world on fire. So we'll see for him to kind of try and bounce back. I really like Podziemski. I think he is a player to keep for the future. And, he'll bounce out of it. Let's hope he gets out of it anyway. But let's see. Andrew Wiggins got 23, very respectable. Kuminga got 33. And then you got Podziemski, he got 8. Looney got 4, but Looney's defense and rebounds continue to just be at an all-time high for him. He is playing outstanding this year. Looney is a guy who doesn't get a lot of credit, but man, he year after year is just solid. He scores, he gets rebounds, he plays great defense. I mean, Looney is a guy that we need to kind of be able to lean on a little bit, and we probably will going forward this year. This team is still, again, very, very deep, right? But when we lost Melton, that created a big gap, and that gap needs to be filled by somebody. So the Warriors are out there looking for a superstar. At least that's been reported in the last 24 hours, that they're looking for another superstar to pair with Curry to get this team over the hump and really into championship contention this year. That being said, they have a fantastic team, guys, right now. They're 12-8. I think they're like 5th in the conference right now, but a couple games out of like 2nd or 1st. I mean, they're at the top. They're in the top right now, guys. They're in the top echelon of teams that are playing, out of their minds this year. So I'm not worried about the Warriors making the playoffs or anything like that. I think they need one more piece to just get them in that conversation of this is a real championship contention team. And I think they're going to do everything they can to make that happen. They're strapped with money because of all the contracts, right? So they're still paying off players. They're strapped for money, so they can't just go out and throw money at anybody. They can throw out draft picks. They can throw in a trade. They can trade a couple players, and luckily their bench is very deep. There's a couple players they can offer. Gary Payton II is playing great. He could be a trade piece. Kyle Anderson could be a trade piece. Pat Spencer could be a trade piece. I wouldn't touch Moody or Trace Jackson-Davis. I'd leave them. They are two players you're going to want to build your team around to continue to play at a high level. Buddy Hield, you're going to keep because of his three-point ability. He's in a little bit of a funk too. That's why we've had that losing streak, guys, of the 4 or 5 games. We got that win last night. But aside from that, it's been a little bit dicey. So these guys just need to bounce back. This is the NBA season. It's long. It's 82 games. But at this pace, they're on pace to win 50 games or so, maybe a little more. That's a really good season going into the playoffs. Not a play-in game, a playoff spot most likely. So these guys are doing well. Buddy Hield only got 5 points last night. So Moody 6, Trace Jackson-Davis 6. So guys, these guys are going to bounce out of this, and they're going to get back to winning at the clip they were winning when they were 12-2 or 12-3. So I wouldn't worry too much about that. But everybody, let's get excited about this team because they are deep. Their roster's deep. They can make a move. They can make a move. They can trade for a guy. Who that guy is, we don't know. There is a little bit of controversy, I think, around the internet and around people saying we need a center, a big athletic center that can come out and play. Other people want somebody like Melton was going to be, an amazing defensive player, a great shooter, quick off the ball. So they, I think in my mind, are looking for that guy. I think they're looking to replace Melton with somebody who can be a has great ball handling skills, great defense, and great shooter, and quick. Okay, now that's not easy to find, but there's going to be sellers the closer we get to the trade deadline. I wouldn't expect a trade to happen tomorrow, but they are sitting there with their ear to the ground, talking to teams, looking around, seeing who they can get. They're going to add a piece, guys. Who are they going to trade? I still think it's Kuminga because Kuminga is showing he's a great player, so he's got value, but he's not a great player in this system. So other teams around the league can see that, and they might, and I know they want them. I know they want them because when you look back at when we were talking about getting Markkanen from, sorry, my back is just, guys, it's been a long day. Markkanen from the Jazz, right? They wanted Kuminga in that trade. Otherwise, they weren't going to do it, and the Warriors weren't giving him up because that wasn't really an even trade or a fair trade. So they just said no. But if Kuminga keeps playing the way he's playing, he can stay. If he can do that with Curry and Draymond Green, it's just kind of strange how he never really does until it's just him, and then he shows flashes of greatness, which tells me he's just not pairing well with the players on this team, which means he's a great trade piece. Great trade piece. So let's see what you can get for him and maybe one other guy. You trade Kuminga and maybe one other guy. I don't know who it would be, Gary Payton II. You bundle those two in for somebody. I don't know. I really don't know who that would be. We have to look around the league and assess that. We'll do another video on that. But there's a move to be made here, guys, and that's breaking news as of today that the Warriors are actively looking for a guy to put next to Curry. I think it's going to happen. Will it happen tomorrow? I don't know. Probably not because we don't even know. Sometimes you don't even hear, right, guys? Sometimes it just happens like that. Sometimes a trade happens and you didn't even know this guy was available, and now he's on the Warriors, and it's very exciting. Jimmy Butler has been rumored for months now. I would love to see Jimmy Butler on this team. I think he could help out very much with his physical toughness, with his shooting ability, with his defense. overall, I think he would be a great addition. I would probably move Kuminga for him. I would probably not. I wouldn't bundle 2 players in for him. No, I don't think. I don't think I'd want to get rid of Gary Payton II and Kuminga for him. But Kuminga, I would do that. Or maybe if we can get away with just giving away a couple of draft picks for him, as long as they're not too low of a draft pick, I would go that route. So it wouldn't surprise me if you saw somebody like Jimmy Butler show up on the Warriors sometime soon. But there's also other players out there that can be moved. Who knows? We're going to keep track of this. We'll be making podcasts based on these trade rumors on a regular basis. Obviously, we're going to keep going with the Warriors updates every week. They play so often, guys, that I'm not going to make a video for every single time they play. But we'll get on here once every 2 or 3 games. It was Thanksgiving week, so I've been a little bit slow to get back to the Sideline Sports podcast, but ramping back up again before Christmas and trying to get out there and get some excitement going for the Warriors because, guys, this is a really, really good team, and it's going to be an exciting year. Yeah, we've had a little bit of a slide there, a little bit of a slump, but we're getting right back on top of it. I expect to see them come back and get a win tonight. So the game starts at 7 o'clock, and gosh, I should tell you who they're playing. I believe it's Minnesota. Sorry, guys. 1 second. We'll find out who they're playing. Who are we playing tonight? We're playing Minnesota, I'm pretty sure, but I don't want to sound like I don't know what I'm talking about, but I already do because I'm checking. Yep, we're playing Timberwolves. I'm right. Cool. So we're playing Timberwolves tonight, 7 o'clock. Kings and Spurs are playing right now, and the Kings are up 77-70. They might beat the Spurs there. That would be good. We need a little bit of help somewhere along the line. The Bucks are winning 95-92 over the Celtics in the fourth quarter, but if the Celtics can beat the Bucks are 11-10 right now, guys. So that tells me I don't think it would only be a dream to get the Greek Freak to come over to the Warriors and play. That would be really, really amazing if we could get Giannis over here. But I don't think that's going to happen just because of the amount of money and picks and players it would take just to get him here. I don't think the Warriors can do it. If they can, you pull that trigger all day long. I know that his wife is from the Bay Area, so you know Giannis' wife is like, let's go back to the Bay, play for the Warriors. I don't know. I'm hoping so. Guys. But anyway, that's one guy amongst many that are a possibility to be moved. I don't think he's going to be moved because he's going to request a trade after this horrible year the Bucks are about to have, I think. But we'll see how it goes. There's a lot of players out there, and who knows who the Warriors are going to target and go get, but they're going to get somebody, and somebody good to play next to Curry who can dribble, who can pass, who can play defense, who can shoot. That is a tall order. There's only a few guys around the league that can do all that. I do believe Jimmy Butler's one of them, so that's why I'm saying, since I've been hearing Jimmy Butler's name pop up here and there for the Warriors, wouldn't surprise me, but there are a lot of other players out there that could be filling that, but not a whole lot. Not a whole lot. So let's just break it down over the next 2 or 3 days. I'll get back here on Monday or Tuesday. We'll talk about the possible trade value of Kuminga and who they possibly could trade for, and what draft picks they could trade, if any. They've already done that in the last few years, so I don't know what they have to give. So we'll take a look at that and see, guys. But the main point here is the Warriors are one player away from being serious title contenders, and they're very, very good right now. And Kuminga showed up last night huge, so that tells me this guy is either going to fit in with the Warriors over the next couple of weeks and really show he can play with Curry and Green, or he's going to be a very, very valuable trade piece like I've been saying from the beginning of the year. I don't think I'm wrong about that. I do think that Kuminga doesn't fit in this offense, but is a great player and has good trade value. And that's the kind of guy you want to get, you want to have. That'll get you something in return, something good. Let's see what happens. Go Warriors. It's good times, guys. They're playing very fun basketball again. So let's watch them tonight. Let's have another talk about this on Sunday or Monday. I'll get back on here. We'll talk. Remember to hit the like and hit the subscribe, guys. I need your support. I really appreciate it. Watch the videos. See you in the next one. Remember, hard work beats talent when talent don't work. So it's time to go to work, guys. See you next time.